of my $400 to charities because to me, I think that the best use of the money is to give to people who need it, because to me the money needs to go into social programs, into our environment, and to help build the people so that we can get children and adults out of poverty in Alberta and around the world.
For myself, I'll probably be buying groceries, paying rent, just the basics, get the basics covered, yeah.
I plan on giving it to some political parties that will work for all of society and not just the few people at the top end. I don't know why that people that have a lot of money anyway are getting this $400.
Do you think that there's a bright future for the disadvantaged in Alberta, the low income and other disadvantaged groups?
The Alberta Advantage is not extending to people at the lower end of the income spectrum and people with social problems and mental health problems, housing problems. This government seems to believe that there is no benefit in giving people a living wage and opportunities to educate themselves appropriately and care for themselves, and have actually divided much of the community around issues of deserving and undeserving poverty. This is a false dichotomy, and I think they have a lot to answer for in this most prosperous province of the country, that we are underserving the most disadvantaged people in this province.
Do you realise that the Alberta Government is spending $1.2 billion taxpayers' dollars on the cheques? How does that make you feel?
I really don't like the idea. Because we're a wealthy province doesn't mean to say we have to throw money around. There are better places for it. For one, saving. They should put it away for savings, and also maybe up the ante for parents, for single parents, for parents that are raising their children, for mothers that are stay-at-home mothers. And there's so much need throughout Alberta that I think it could be used in a much saner manner.
Do you think that money could have been spent better in other ways?
Yes. Sure.
Could be spent in many ways. There's a lot of need for transportation and health problems for us poor people, and education.
It's a good idea also if they give it to us for the health care. I think it will be okay also.
It's kind of either this or income, reduction on income tax.
Child care, low income people, given their plight and issues. And if this is such a rich country, why are there food banks?
They're getting money for the gas, for the oil and gas, and that belongs to everybody in Alberta. So this is a way, in a small way at least, of giving out to the people that own it.
I know there's a lot of arguments saying if they were to put it towards education or healthcare, that huge lump sum of money rather than dispersing it throughout every citizen in the province, if they were to just put a collective chunk of money into healthcare or education, it probably would do a much greater good and have a more long-term effect.
I'd like to see it spent. I don't know, I'm in multiple minds over that, whether it should go into the bank account for future when we don't have the resources anymore, or whether it should go into social programs or education or health. I don't know, maybe even split it up.
I wouldn't have given out $400 checks. I think what I would have done, because we were talking about this last night, is given those handouts to people that fell within a certain income level within Alberta, use the rest of the money to promote services I think are lacking in Alberta currently.
What kind of services would they be?
For me, it would be to assist low-income Calgarians, environmental matters, which this government doesn't not see as a priority, and most likely post-secondary education.
I would probably use it better towards the environment personally. I think there's a lot of things that we could do in Canada alone to preserve our wildlife forests and to cut down on the industry of all the natural resource industries. I think we take advantage of the things that we have here in this beautiful country, and I think we should put it back.
What would you do if you were in Parliament and you had the $1.2 billion to spend? How would you spend it?
You really want to know?
I do, yes.
As a First Nations, I take back my whole country.
If you were to make the decision about how the $1.4 billion that the Alberta government is giving out would be used, what would you spend it on?
Well, being in the arts, I would probably give a large portion of it to the arts in Alberta that sorely needs more funding.
I would have set up a fund for people, for businesses and so forth, to retrofit their buildings and homes and cars and other vehicles to make it more energy efficient and thereby using less natural gas, less oil and such.
I would put it into healthcare, I would put it into education, I would raise the minimum wage, I would build more affordable housing, and that's not affordable for the developers but affordable for the people who are living in those houses. I would also develop infrastructure that is more humane and basically public transit, public schools that do not charge outrageously high school fees.
Making up a little bit of the lost ground.
Excellent.
I don't know. Has anybody calculated how much they could make up? If, you know, just in terms of when the Klein governments come in, what's the dollar value of what's been cut and what's the dollar value of the 400 times how many of us are going to get it? I'd be interested to know.
Some could have gone more to education, and I believe some could also have gone to address the low-income situation and the gap, the prosperity gap that exists in this province between the people who have a lot and those that don't have very much.
I would give it to the education in schools to improve the teaching.
First of all, I think there should have been better money management in the first place, because they cut so many programs that didn't need to be cut, and then to end up with such a surplus. And so